Today, we're going to be discussing the top 3 teams for Xueyi. It's going to range from a free-to-play setup. So, for example, we do have Tingyun, Pela, and then also Bailu. And then we're also going to be ranging to a Mono Quantum, right? So that is obviously going to be a Sparkle, Silver Wolf, and Fushuan. And then for the third team, we are actually going to dolphin out a little bit and just go full support setup with Eidolons and see just how much max damage we can get out of Xueyi. So, for the first team, let's get into the build relatively, right? So, 75% crit rate, relatively good, right? Although I did have to bring down the crit damage to make that happen because we are running on the Fall of an Aeon, so we do get no crit value, unfortunately. And then Dance 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 Tingyun, Resolution Pela, and then just Bailu. Bailu is going to be on the break effect set. Very, very important, just so we can get an extra 30% damage boost out of Xueyi, which will help us achieve a relatively good cycle clear. Also, one more thing before we get into the run, I did start my first Discord server today, so please go into the comments or the description, hit that link, and join. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Now for this team, we are going to be showcasing it against MOC 11 because it is the Quantum Weak side, and this team doesn't necessarily get enough talent stacks with all of our elements to actually be able to get a good amount of damage out of Xueyi. So because of that, we do have to settle for the Quantum Weak side. If you do use Ranmei, then that is a way of not having to go against elements because obviously Xueyi has like her inner Silver Wolf capabilities, right? So she can break enemies or, get rid of their toughness regardless of what element they are. And when you pair that with Ranmei, you just get so much weakness break that you can actually trigger 6 stacks of follow-ups just immediately right off the bat per ult, right? That Xueyi can use if it's paired with the weakness break efficiency from Ranmei. So in this situation, right, since we don't have Ranmei, we're using Tingyun Pela, we are going to have to kind of rely on the enemy's quantum weaknesses and try to, gain a majority of the stacks from that. And it does actually help that since we don't have Ranmei, and this is going to be a relatively slower clear because we're using Bailu, it actually helps the enemies, wake up again and then get their toughness back so that way we can break them once more. Now here, perfect. As you can see, we did get that break effect boost to the entire team. So very, very good for Xueyi. I actually kind of wonder whether we can get a buffer turn out of the break effect set. I haven't tried it. So theoretically, if you were to use Bailu's ult on Xueyi's turn, you might actually be able to get an extra turn out of the break effect boost. So now the break effect boost is going to only have 1 turn left. It's possible it might have 2. Don't hold me to that. I do have to test it, but that is usually how a bunch of effects in this game work. The turn that you use it on doesn't actually count, with exception to some things, like Branya's ult, for example. Anyways, as for the rest of this cycle, right, we would prefer to increase the death shred on the enemies a little bit more, so we are going to be killing the fish. And then now there are a good amount of dots on both enemies. So the left enemy is dead. If this has a sliver, perfect. A sliver is exactly what we wanted because now, we can get Xueyi back up to full energy. And then starting the wave against Yingqing, we're just going to be able to pop both ults and then just, evaporate it. We will first be applying, obviously, the attack boost to Xueyi. So it is nice that Tingyun was fast in that sense. I wonder why I held it, actually. I don't remember. I feel like there was something in my head that made me think maybe it's better to hold off. I waited on the first enemy, right? So Kokolia is going to be having full death shred for the entire time. Now I remember. What this is going to do is now we have full death shred on the entire team. Unfortunately, we will be losing 1 turn of the death shred on the enemy we already used the ult on. So that 40% death shred will be erased, but Pela gets her ult back so fast that this actually allowed us to possibly gain a little bit more energy because then Pela can get hit, Xueyi can get hit. I don't think Xueyi did get hit, but as for this circumstance, now we are going to be reapplying that damage boost from the break effect. So very, very nice. And then we are going to get a full 4 stacks here. Beautiful. If you are able to have 3 quantum weak enemies, so your destruction, your blast, your skill, if it does hit 3 enemies with quantum, you do generate 1 from each and then 2 from the center. So 4 total. As for this, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get our ult up with just a basic, but I guess we got lucky and we got that Pela ult. Perfect. Now, at this point, they are relatively low toughness, actually. So I would like to pop Xueyi's ult immediately. Unfortunately, it looks like she's like 2 energy short. Maybe 4 energy short. So we are going to have to skill to get the ult up, which is slightly unfortunate, but what can you do? Still better to skill, even though we could basic and get the ult up regardless, because we do get more stacks and a little bit more damage. Now let's get some good follow-up distributions. Never mind. Don't have Ron Mei. When I use Ron Mei with Xueyi, every single ult always translates into a follow-up. So it is a little bit interesting. As for now, just reapply. It doesn't matter. We're not going to get Palo's ult. Doesn't even matter because they already have the ensnare. Or the... What is Palo's ult? I'm not sure exactly what Palo's ult's called. Beautiful. There we go. Almost 2 cycles. So it was almost a 2-cycle clear with Bailu. So 3 cycles with full 4 stars in Bailu and a Herdershop light cone on Xueyi. I think it's pretty good in my opinion. Given this is obviously a quantum weak side and it is MOC 11, so it's 3 levels less, but that's not enough to make a difference. Okay, Kukolia, come on. Let's die and get into the next showcase. Come on now. Good job, Xueyi. Let's finish it with the ult. It's a little more satisfying that way. Dead. Let's get into Mono Quantum. Now for this second team, we are going on Mono Quantum. Xueyi is going to be on the exact same set. And then we are running a 160 Sparkle with... what's it called? Silver Wolf, a little bit faster, so we can consistently get those debuffs before Xueyi's turn goes, which is wonderful. He's going to be on Resolution, so we are going to get extra Def Shred. I don't even have tutorial, so I haven't even bothered checking what the energy requirements on Silver Wolf are. You can't get a 2-turn ult with Silver Wolf anyways, even if it is tutorial, so I do think Resolution is better since we're already getting that 3-turn ult. Yeah, so let's get into this side with Mono Quantum against Yang Qing this time. Now that we've achieved Mono Quantum status, we can essentially just keep on spamming Silver Wolf's skills thanks to all the skill points we get from Sparkle, that every enemy is just going to be getting Quantum Weak. Pretty good. Pretty good. It is going to be nice that we can actually get a relatively good distribution of follow-up stacks, because pretty much every single hit is going to get us a stack for the most part. One thing that I did actually notice that might actually screw me over a little bit in this run is that if you use Fushuan's ult, because if an ally attacks, you can only get one stack for Xueyi's talent, it actually makes it so sometimes you deal too much toughness damage with Fushuan's ult that you just break everybody and then you don't have enough toughness left to deal with Xueyi. Because when Xueyi attacks, you can get up to 4 stacks with her skill, but if it's just an ult with Fushuan, it'll get rid of 5 enemies' toughness, but you'll only get 1 stack for it. As you can see right now, we are going to be getting a ton of breaks, which means that Xueyi is not going to be able to get any more stacks, but we only gained 1 stack from it. So, kind of unfortunate there. It is also unfortunate that the guy just healed right there, but it shouldn't matter too much because we're still going to wipe him out. And if we can kill the Trotter too, perfect. That was actually pretty good because we did want a little bit of damage on that horse. Wonderful. So we won't even need Silver Wolf and Sparkle's next actions. It'll... Well, I guess maybe we will. Maybe we will. Such a good animation. That's one of my favorite animations in the game. Fushuan's healing thing. So at this point, Sparkle actually is going to not have her ult for another 2 turns, so it might be a little bit low on skill points, but I still decided to go for the skill because I do want to skill immediately and get the ult up, right off the bat when we start the next wave against Yang Qing. And now we'll use the basic on Xueyi, so we won't get enough energy for the ult, but it should be fine. We honestly might have not even got it anyways. We didn't have Ting Yun, so we wouldn't have gained 15 energy, we only would have gained 10. And now we do have both ults, which is perfect, so we can deal a pretty sizable amount of damage to Yangqing right off the bat while we can still deal weakness damage, because that is one weakness against Xueyi, is that if they lock out their weaknesses, you just can't deal that damage. This is a pretty good amount of damage just starting off, and we're going to get another follow-up triggered right now. Beautiful. That was really, really good. We got all 3 stacks on Yangqing, I think. Did we? There's no way we actually missed the Trotter every single time. We did. We missed the Trotter every single time. How good is that? I wonder, maybe if I attacked that Trotter would have been better. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a better play. Save the skill points. We're actually kind of low on skill points. Perfect. And now, a cool thing about, what is it, Silver Wolf, is that if you skill any of the swords, they actually just insta-die, because you just break them, right, regardless of the type. So, it is going to bring down those swords a little bit. So, hopefully, if we can kill all the swords with, like, 2 Xueyi skills or something, then we can deal a higher amount of damage, right, to Yangqing. Oh, I don't know if another skill is going to take that out. Maybe it would have been better to focus on the sword and the Trotter in that last Xueyi skill. That could have been an improvement. As for now, only 1 sword left, but I don't think Xueyi is in range to get her ult. She will be if she gets a kill. So if we get a kill here... Yeah, this is a perfect play. This is a perfect play. Because what we did was we killed the sword and the Trotter, so once Yangqing's next turn comes, he is going to be getting the dots. But because of the kills, now we're going to get Xueyi's ult. It's over. It's over. Xueyi. Second time. Pew! Dead. It's time for the best Xueyi team. We do have Misha's light cone, so we're finally going to get some good crit rate and good crit damage. Sparkle is just broken. And then Ranmei is her best 5-star partner. And then Ting Yun's ult is going to make it so we have 100% uptime on the crit rate from Misha's light cone, which is just wonderful. So let's destroy this next side. Right off the bat here, we're going to pop Ting Yun's ult, give that energy to Xueyi, which is going to give her the crit rate right off the bat. So we are going to be at 90 crit rate immediately with Xueyi, which is wonderful. We're going to get the ult up with Ranmei thanks to Von Wax, so now we do have a fully ulted, for the most part. We don't have Sparkle's ult, that's the only thing we're missing. And we also only have 2 stacks from Xueyi's talent, or Sparkle's talent, but it's fine. This team does so much damage, it's crazy. So everything's just going to die. And at this point, 1 more skill. Beautiful. Now, if we can actually kill this enemy, obviously before Ranmei's turn goes, that is ideal, because then we're going to have full buff uptime on Ranmei's ult for the entire fight. And here, just in case we somehow hit that 10% chance and don't crit, I am going to be skilling. Anyways. What did I just say? Was that English? Anyways, that's a huge follow-up right off the bat. 244 is crazy. And 1 shot towards Kokolia takes her down to 33 and 21. Jeez. When you're against a quantum side with Xueyi, it's honestly disgusting. Because you have the quantum set giving you more damage, and it's just constant stack generation. Not to mention that 20%, res pen that they don't have. So, pretty much a full damage amplification with minimal debuffs from factors we can't control. The final spear. The final one. The third. Yes. Beautiful. That is the video. We got 3 teams with Xueyi. You know? Tell me which one you like the best. They're all pretty fun in my opinion, although I do like the free-to-play one, and I do like the pay-to-win one. Mono Quantum one's, it's okay. It's not my favorite. So, like the video, subscribe, and once again, thanks for watching. Adios.